Hey everybody, welcome back to Horror Trans. My name is Stephanie Bree. I'm a transgender woman. I talk about all things horror. Today I'm talking about an obscure slasher movie you might not have ever heard about, but you should definitely look into, called Graduation Day. I found this movie surprisingly fun. A lot of these early 80s slashers are actually kind of boring. Like the Halloween and Friday the 13th ripoffs, which this is absolutely one of those. But it actually has a more interesting story and characters. And the killer actually has a believable motive this time, which is kind of rare for these slasher movies. A lot of times the killer just kills for no reason or their motive is paper thin. Friday the 13th, she had a pretty good motive, but a lot of them, they really don't. So Graduation Day, it starts out, spoilers, by the way, it starts out with a really awesome track meet montage playing to some jam and disco tune, which was awesome. Got me pumped up for the movie. But during the disco track theme montage, one of the track runners just drops dead, like just out of the blue. And I guess they established that the theory is, or the cause of death or whatever, is the coach ran or pushed the track team too hard, and the girl couldn't handle it and she died. And so somebody who's upset about her death starts killing everybody on the track team because they blame the track team for the person's death. And of course, the track coach loses his job over it because of the controversy. What's really cool is the movie actually has some really neat cameos that you wouldn't expect. One of them is Vanna White, who just fucking kills it. And the other one that I have to mention and shout out anytime she pops up in a horror movie, I'm going to say yay, is Linnea Quigley. She is just the... everybody likes to say Jamie Lee Curtis is the Scream Queen. She was only in like 4 horror movies total. So, is that enough to qualify her as a Scream Queen? I'll let you decide. But Linnea Quigley has been in like at least 40 horror movies. She owns it. And when she shows up in a trashy B slasher horror movie, I'm here for it. That being said, the kills are pretty interesting. A lot of them are your standard slasher kills, but you know they're a little thematic in some ways. I don't want to spoil it. And then the actual it does follow the the Halloween, not Halloween, but Friday the 13th sleepaway camp formula where you don't really know who the killer is until the reveal, but it's a pretty good reveal. And you're like, oh yeah, makes sense. And there's not too many convoluted subplots in this movie, like a lot of horror movies and movies will do. They'll try to introduce subplots that bog you down. There is one subplot in the movie, though. Well, actually, a couple. One of the subplots is the sister of the track star that died shows up from, I guess, she's in the military. I can't remember exactly which branch, but she shows up and obviously she's, being treated like, people treat women back then because they were sexist, and she's angry. So that's one of the subplots, is her investigating, her sister's death. And of course, the other subplot is the track coach losing his job and getting pissed off, and you know, the fallout of that. So it's an interesting movie, and I really liked it. I don't give star ratings on movies on this channel, but I do on my new channel. You should go check it out, Breeze Millennial Flicks. I haven't put a link in the community page yet, but I'm going to try to do that today, so by the time you watch this video, it should be there. But I review everything that isn't horror, and I do give star ratings on that channel. Mostly millennial flicks, you know, and what I mean by that is movies that were, you know, targeted towards the millennial generation when we were kids, or modern movies that are made by millennial filmmakers. So pretty much anything from like the late 70s till today. But mostly genre films like sci-fi, mystery, action, adventure, fantasy, you know, those types of things. I keep it simple on this channel, and I give either a rent or a buy. Those are my two ratings I give. And I'm going to give Graduation Day a buy. This is definitely going to go into your holiday slasher rotation, as it should. And I think, you know, I was a little harsh on Prom Night because they spent way too much time on the characters and everything, and it took too long to get to the kills, and when they got to the kills, they dragged them out. But honestly, I actually do think I kind of liked Prom Night a little more than I said, and I'm starting to realize that a lot of these slashers actually are better when they have a story and characters, you know, versus when it's just, all right, here's your cast of characters, they're douchebags, let's kill them off. So I might revisit Prom Night one of these days. But for now, I'm giving Graduation Day a buy. I think it's a good movie. And I had a lot of fun. Stay cool.